With Counter-Strike being one of the most popular and profitable esports to ever exist, it goes without saying that some people will do anything to capitalize on that. Whether it be straight up cheating, match fixing, or even bug abuse, I will be going over every single pro player who is actively banned. And let me tell you, there are so many more people than you realize. Starting with the oldest ban, which belongs to a player you've definitely never heard of. His name is Crown, and his ban is actually extremely cryptic because there is almost no information on it. But using internet archives, there is one article stating that there was a file found on his computer that contained evidence of his computer logging into multiple Steam accounts that were excluded from VAC, which most likely means he was caught logging into VAC banned accounts. Of course, this is a rough translation, so the exact reason as to why he was banned can be interpreted in different ways. However, what matters in this case is that he was most definitely banned. Delito is a Swedish Counter-Strike coach who found himself working for Kingwin back in 2014. And at first, everything was going smoothly as he created a team with the likes of Scream and Makalele. But just after a few months on the team, it was discovered that he had been continuously linked to a VAC-banned Steam account, which of course disqualifies him from attending any Valve-sponsored events, aka every single major. So after this news was broken, Kingwin dropped him and Delito's ban remains active to this day. All the way back in 2014, there was an up-and-coming pro named CLY, and he would gain the attention of a lot of people, but not necessarily good attention because most of it came from people accusing him of cheating, which I won't lie, can be flattering if you're actually legit, but CLY was quite the opposite as he would randomly get struck with a VAC ban which proved all of the accusations to be true. Around the same time, a few other pros were caught by the same exact VAC wave ban, including pros named Zyder, nilloc, and of course, Emilio. You see, most of these cases are insignificant because all that happens is that they get caught by Valve's anti-cheat and nothing more. But in Emilio's case, his VAC ban was legendary because it happened directly in the middle of a tournament, which of course created this iconic moment.
Did Emilio just get VAC banned?
What? What?
Thursday, November 20th in 2014 was one of the most wild days in early Counter-Strike because 3 pro players would all get banned within hours of each other. The first was a German player named SMN, who first got banned on ESEA after their anti-cheat detected him cheating. This then spiraled into him getting VAC banned and then banned from all Valve-sponsored events. Then, a few hours later, Kali would infamously receive his VAC ban. You see, most players up until this point have been lower tier pros, but at the time, Kali was on one of the best teams in the world. And to witness one of the best players cheating made this specific ban so infamous. After this, a lesser known player by the name of SF would also get hit with a VAC ban, making this the first and hopefully last time that 3 pro players would get banned on the very same day. The most popular bans of all time is undoubtedly the iBuyPower bans, but unlike everyone so far, these bans were handed out for match fixing. For anyone that isn't aware, match fixing is basically when a team throws a game in return for money, or in this case, skins. The specific match happened against netcode guides, and looking back at it, it was blatantly obvious.
Blank off. He's going to have 2 right there. Can they line up for him? What is he doing? Why did he hesitate so much? Doesn't matter. Has the CZ. Gets 1. Gets taken.
For a few months though, there was no way of proving anything until texts were leaked by a player named Shazam and a player on the team named Dborn. These messages contained concrete proof that IBP did throw the match, which of course led to the bans of Steel, Dazed, Swag, AZK, and Dborn himself. But it didn't end there, as the co-founders of Netcode Guides also got banned because they were involved in the scandal themselves by both placing high dollar bets on the game, making this the biggest scandal in Counter-Strike esports. This was unfortunately the era of match fixing because just a month later the next huge scandal would take place, and believe it or not, it was 2 times bigger than the iBuyPower scandal. This scandal included 2 teams, Epsilon Esports and Winner Esports. However, unlike the IBP scandal, this investigation was a lot more secretive as Valve was fully in control. This means the only information we have is from Valve themselves, who stated this on their blog post. After gathering information from players and reviewing historical activity of accounts, we will be directing our CSGO event partners to not allow the following individuals to participate in Valve-sponsored events. These individuals included GMX, Biggie, FXYO, Uzi, Mitchie, Maddie, Cub, BCK, Diamond, Rowlin, Mouse, SC Pero, Manize, and finally Innocent, who wasn't so innocent after all. You know what I mean? Anyways, that is 14 players all banned for match fixing, and although not nearly as infamous, it is the biggest match fixing takedown in all of Counter-Strike. Now we are back to individuals, starting with an Indian player by the name of Krish, who on Wednesday, May 20th in 2015 received a seemingly random VAC ban on his account. With Krish being one of the most accomplished Indian Counter-Strike players, this was heartbreaking to see. However, he quickly came out with a personal statement saying he was innocent, and the reason for the VAC ban was allegedly because an unknown person logged into his account. But considering this ban was never lifted, that unfortunately seems very unlikely. Heading into 2017, a player by the name of Trevel was heading into the 2017 Krakow qualifier, but before they could even compete, it turned out his teammate by the name of Nyomo received a VAC ban which got the whole team disqualified before they could even play. Funnily enough, a year later, Trevel would also get struck with a VAC ban, so maybe it was a good thing that they never got to compete. Finally, we have the coaching bug. Back in 2021, CSGO had a bug with the spectator system that basically allowed coaches to see more information than they were supposed to. But the weird thing about this bug was that it would happen at random, so most coaches would report it to the tournament admins if they ever experienced it. But of course, there had to be some people who took advantage of this, which included Twista, PRD, Mechanico Gun, bro, what are these names? Bruno, and Biggie. Once again, this dude is literally a serial cheater, I swear to God. What most people don't realize about these bans is that they may only be a year long, but that is just for the event that they were participating in, whereas Valve banned these coaches permanently, which means they can never attend a major event ever again, which basically ruins their careers. Before I end this video, there are 5 other players who got struck with VAC bans between 2015 and 2018, but considering they were lower tier pros, we have no specifics. However, I did want to include them, so these players include Jerry, Nerdy, Derby, Lost DF, and Paludra. I honestly have no idea who they are, and you probably don't either, but one thing's for certain is we collectively will never know who they are because they are permanently banned, just like everyone else in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a wonderful day.